Hey everyone, and welcome to a brand new adventure. Get ready to step into a world of magic, mystery, and a promise that changed everything. Today, we're sharing a story you might think you know, but with a twist you'll never see coming. This is The Beauty and the Beast, the Enchanted Promise. In a quiet corner of a forgotten kingdom lived a young girl named Elara. Unlike other villagers, Elara didn't just dream of a simple life. She dreamt of adventure, of worlds beyond the rolling hills and familiar streets. Her heart was filled with curiosity, and her spirit was as bright as the morning sun. She loved her father dearly, a kind merchant who often traveled to distant lands, always returning with fantastical stories that fueled Elara's imagination. One day, however, her father didn't return. The villagers whispered of an enchanted castle deep in the woods, a place shrouded in legend and fear. A place no one dared to go near. They said that was where he was last seen. While others shivered at the thought, Elara's heart swelled with determination, not fear. She knew what she had to do, packing a small bag with a loaf of bread, a compass, and her unwavering courage. She set off towards the forbidden forest, ready to find her father, no matter what stood in her way. As she pushed past tangled vines and ancient gnarled trees, a magnificent castle loomed before her. It was both beautiful and terrifying, with towering spires that pierced the clouds and stone walls covered in ivy that seemed to whisper secrets on the wind. Taking a deep breath, Elara pushed open the heavy, creaking doors and stepped inside. The grand hall was silent, covered in a thick layer of dust, yet it held a strange, magical energy. It felt alive. Suddenly, a deep, guttural roar echoed through the hall, shaking the very stones beneath her feet. From the shadows emerged a figure unlike anything she had ever imagined. It was the beast, towering and fearsome, with sharp claws and eyes that burned with a lonely fire. "Who dares enter my castle?" he growled, his voice a mix of fury and sorrow. But Elara, remembering her mission, stood her ground. "I'm looking for my father," she said, her voice trembling but firm. "He's lost, and I've come to bring him home." The beast was taken aback by her bravery. Now, the spell demanded a promise be kept. Elara, seeing the pain in the beast's eyes and desperate to save her father, made a choice. She would stay. She would be the one to fulfill the enchanted promise. As days turned into weeks, Elara discovered the castle wasn't just a prison, it was a world of wonders. She found a library where books flew off the shelves to share their stories. Gardens where flowers sang at dawn, and portraits on the walls that whispered riddles and shared ancient secrets of the castle's past. She learned that the beast wasn't just a monster. He was intelligent. He loved music. And beneath his fierce exterior was a heart filled with sadness and regret over a mistake made long ago. Slowly, Elara's kindness began to chip away at the walls the beast had built around his heart. She read to him, challenged him to games of chess, and even convinced him to dance in the starlit ballroom. For the first time in centuries, laughter echoed through the castle halls. But a dark force, the very magic that cast the spell, was growing stronger. It didn't want the curse to be broken. Strange, shadowy creatures began to haunt the castle's corridors, trying to drive Elara away and keep the beast trapped in his loneliness forever. Together, Elara and the beast had to face these dark forces. Using her cleverness and his strength, they navigated treacherous magical traps and solved ancient riddles that protected the castle's deepest secrets. In the final confrontation, Elara realized the curse wasn't just about the beast's appearance, it was about his heart. She stood before him unafraid and told him she saw the good in him, the kindness he had hidden for so long. She saw the man, not the monster. At that moment, as she spoke with true compassion, a brilliant light filled the room. The dark magic shattered, the shadows receded, and the beast was transformed back into a handsome prince. The curse was broken, not by a simple kiss, but by an act of genuine understanding and acceptance. The castle and all its enchanted objects came fully to life, celebrating their freedom. But Elara's bravery and kindness didn't just save the prince. They saved an entire kingdom from a centuries-old sorrow, and they both learned that true beauty is never what you see on the outside. It's the light that shines from within, and that courage and love are the most powerful magic of all. Thank you so much for joining us on this magical journey today. If you loved this story, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell so you never miss another adventure. See you next time.